My closest friend demands that I serve as her maid of honor at her wedding, knowing full well she's marrying my ex-boyfriend. Lately, two significant aspects of my life have collided, leaving me utterly devastated and questioning my behavior towards two individuals I hold dear. This brings me here, seeking advice, as I fear I may have been unkind to those I love deeply. The first part involves Ariana, my closest friend since elementary school. She's more than a friend, she's like a sister to me. We've shared countless experiences from attending the same college, staying in the same dorm, being roommates, to being each other's confidants and partners in silly shenanigans. My bond with her runs deep, and I cherish her immensely. Part 2 is about Colin, my college boyfriend. I love him as well, but we just could never make things work. We had one of those hot mess relationships which are a combination of torture and bliss. We have dated off and on since freshman orientation. All of us are 27 now, but usually end up in flames. I always loved him so much that I hoped we'd mature and be able to make things work. He moved to a different city after college, but we'd stay in touch, send flirty texts, and even went on vacation twice. We got along great as long as we both had our own places to retreat to, if that makes sense. All along we both had dating lives, and to be fair, I never told him about my long-term idea that we'd be together. A year ago, Ariana moved to a city about 30 minutes away from Colin. She was having a really hard time meeting people, so I told her since she knew Colin so well, she should call him and see if he can introduce her to his group of friends. She did, and I knew she was much happier. About 3 months after that, the flirty texts from Colin just stopped out of the blue, which isn't that big of a deal because it's happened before, but looking back, I should have known what was coming. Ariana just came home for the weekend and said she was making a special trip just to see me. Of course, I was super excited to see her. She came over and she just seemed a little off. First, she told me she was pregnant. After we got past the shock and established she was happy and keeping the baby, I was elated to be an aunt. Then she said there's more, and this is really hard. I almost died when she said the baby is Colin's. She apologized and said she was so sorry. They had just hit it off, and they didn't mean to do anything to hurt me, and they even tried breaking up for my sake. But they just realized there was too much of an attraction, and they started dating. She hadn't planned on getting pregnant, but now that she is, they are getting married. She said she hoped this didn't hurt me, and she always dreamed about me being her maid of honor, and there's no one else she'd ever ask. I tried to keep my cool, but I just lost it. I wasn't mad at her, just really, really sad. I told her that I loved her, but I just couldn't be around her right now, and there was no way I could even go to their wedding, let alone be in the wedding party. She said she was sorry about a million times as she was leaving, and she texted me quite a bit wanting to see me before she left town on Sunday. I just couldn't do it. I literally cried all weekend. The situation is this: if I were never in the picture, they would make an ideal couple. Ariana's spirited personality complements Colin's calm nature much better than mine does. They are both attractive, intelligent, and excellent with children. If there were two people who seemed destined to be fantastic partners and parents, it would be them. It's just hard for me not to feel hurt. Am I wrong for not wanting to be her maid of honor? Edit. The thing that people seem most confused by is the timeline, and honestly, I was wrong in my post. Ariana and I only talked for maybe 10 minutes on Friday evening, so there is a lot I don't know. But I went through my texts and such, and this is the best I can put together. June 2017. Colin took me to Hawaii. That is the last time I saw him. We texted maybe 2 to 3 times a week. May 2018. Ariana gets her job and moves to a new city. We text or call easily a combined 100 times a day or more. Late July 2018. Ariana confesses that she's really lonely. All her coworkers are older, and she's seriously thinking about quitting and moving back. I tell her she should call Colin. She doesn't have his number, so I give it to her. I still keep getting flirty, but nothing overt from Colin in this time period. August 2018. I start a project at my job, promotions company, setting up for a December event for an A-list celebrity. It's literally make or break for my company and my career. I work 16-hour day minimums and basically go off the grid. Colin still texts occasionally, and I keep missing Ariana's calls. September 2018. Last text from Colin. Like I said, no big deal. I didn't even see this until today, but Ariana texted me, "Please call me as soon as possible. We really need to talk about something. This adds a whole new element to the story, but I can't believe I forgot or missed the text. I responded to another text of hers later in the day. Hey, you know I'm busy. Give me some time to breathe. Another piece I forgot until I dug into my texts. She may have taken this as a message I wasn't ready. I assume this is when they first hooked up. September to December. We still miss each other, and honestly, I don't think I talked to her, and looking back, she texted about 5 times to every one of my responses, and if I read it right, she initiated all conversations. I wasn't a very good friend. My event goes off pretty well, and then I immediately leave for an overseas vacation with my family. January. We still didn't talk at all, but I didn't think much of it. Friday the 1st. She drops the news in person she's been pregnant for about 2 weeks, and getting married in April. So that's the timeline. Not sure if it clears anything, but it looks like Ariana may have reached out to me at least once. Update. The wedding was yesterday, and it was actually a great time. It wasn't without hard feelings. I still very much had feelings for Colin, and those feelings came out in me getting very frustrated with him when he wouldn't return emails or phone calls about what he wanted to do. But Ariana was much more patient and kind with him, and it really reinforced that feelings of he's not the guy for me. The ceremony yesterday was small and very beautiful, and they are so in love with each other, it's almost sickening. I cried my eyes out both out of happiness for them, but also after close to 10 years off and on, Colin and I are officially over. It's never happening, and that's a good thing, but still worthy of tears. On a good note, my dry spell with men continues, and I didn't even get laid as the maid of honor at my best friend's wedding. All of Colin's friends were married or serious, and Ariana's brothers are off limits. The awesome guy who danced with me all night long was amazing in every way, but I guess my penis wasn't big enough for him to be attracted to me. The only single available guy was Colin's 65-year-old uncle, who gave me a ride on his Harley motorbike, but even that fell through, and I'm about to hit the Embassy Suites breakfast by myself. Anyways, as a final note, this community saved my mental health during a really rough patch, and I so appreciate you for helping me see things clearly enough to be an adult and be there for my best friend. As hard as it was, I would be even sadder had I not been there yesterday. Thank you again.